Zone of genius. The reason why we have the top 1% in the world. Michael Jordans, the Mike Tysons, the Elon Musk of the world. How did these individuals compete so dominantly in their niche and reach the top 1%? The zone of genius was a concept explored by Gay Hendricks in his book, The Big Leap, and it looked deeply into what we do as humans and how everyone can compete at an athlete level in a specific industry or hobby, be it sports or entrepreneurship or acting or reading, etc. People have wild hobbies. People have wild obsessions. I wrote a thread about this on Twitter, and much of this video will be summarizing what that thread. Basically, there's 4 zones of functioning. If you look at any task or activity you're doing during the day, let's try to categorize them in any of the 4 below. Number 1, zone of incompetence. Things you're just not good at. Maybe you hate this specific task or activity. For me, it's reading, analyzing spreadsheets, anything tedious that requires high text analysis focus. I despise with every inch of my body doing things like this. Number 2, zone of competence. You can do this task or activity. You might even be good at it, but you're not going to go out of your way to do it. It's not something you jump out of bed 5 a.m. in the morning to do. You can probably be trained to be good at it at a basic level. For example, things like bricklaying or putting out stock quickly at a retail job, or maybe even quickly serving up a McDonald's meal on the job. Again, you can do it pretty well, but it's not something you do in your spare time. Number 3, the zone of excellence. So this is where you might have a hobby like cooking or gardening. You're really good at it because you love to do it, but again, you're not going to take up a job as a chef or a gardening expert. It's a hobby, but not an obsession. Number 4, zone of genius. Here's the goal. You're obsessed with this activity. It may be boxing. It may be making money. It may be driving cars, reading, basically things you do in your downtime or even think about during work and sleep. For me, it's buying and selling things. Negotiating and selling items for more than I paid for gives me this thrill I just can't explain. My brain loves it. I can do it all day, every day. In fact, in 2018, I quit my full-time career to do NFT trading full-time, and I did it for 2 years straight, back when no one even knew what NFTs or anything like that was. And before that, I was buying and selling things at the market, eBay, anything I could get my hands on. Even RuneScape, the game I played, what I specialized in was buying and selling gloves or items like fish or just game items for more money. I just love doing it. I don't know why. For my wife, it's reading. I know some friends that will work in the garage all day working on their car just to get a break from work, or just do it in their spare time. They can go on to like 1 a.m. doing it, right? I can tell when I speak to them that they're pretty obsessed with this activity. Most people don't know what they're obsessed about because they haven't tried enough things. Think of all the activities in the world: rock climbing, go-kart racing, ice skating, hockey, competitive face slapping. I know some of these things are weird, but every individual in the world, for reasons only their DNA can answer, have a strong inclination to a certain thing. Again, most people haven't found it yet, or even worse, will never find it because they'll just scroll on social media all day, and that's the challenge in today's society. Their hobby or dopamine connection has been plugged into watching countless hours of people around the world, and social media has gotten damn good at serving us what it knows we can't resist clicking on. Anyway, that's an entirely different topic. But the zone of genius concept puts a lot of things into perspective. Well, at least for me, it did. If you do an activity audit and look at everything that makes up your average day and start to rank or rate them on how you felt, or if it was a task that gave you energy or drained energy from you. Yes, there's activities that actually give you energy or momentum to continue going. This is what you should be filling your days on and reducing the others. The reason why CEOs or athletes or even the common person would care about the zone of genius is because the more activities you cut from every other category, even the zone of excellence, other than the zone of genius, or the majority of your tasks are sitting in the zone of genius, the more of a category giant you can become. Whether it's boxing, reading, cleaning the house, etc. It doesn't even have to be a full category either. It could be a specific task. For example, when you do an energy audit, you might realize that organizing your kitchen the other day gave you the biggest high last week. You loved it. In fact, you should take up a job or a revenue stream that speaks to this activity for you. The zone of genius is what people use to find their calling in life and be so satisfied with their every hour spent in this world that they're doing something that their body finds a connection to. Zone of genius did wonders in finding where and why I lacked at certain things and where I could excel at other things. I reckon everyone should do it. If you're a CEO or anyone that manages people, you'll find that the more things you delegate outside of the realm of your zone of genius, the more things will actually get done. You might be your own bottleneck because you're getting involved into something that you're just not super good at to the level that someone might be in the organization or that might be around your house. And that's why things aren't getting done, because it's just an activity that's not in your zone of genius. Again, I think everyone should do some sort of an energy audit and figure out their tasks and categorize them in any of the top 4 categories. Let me know if this video helped you in any way, and subscribe to my channel because I'll be doing way more content on business and tech these days.